Lord, thank you so much for allowing us to get together tonight, Lord, and just do this great city's business. We just ask that you come in this room and help provide us guidance on what needs to be done, Lord. We just ask that you come in this room, Lord, and just look over us as we do it, Lord. We just want to pray for Michael Bedrody and his continued fight with cancer here in our parish, Lord. We just ask for healing for his body, for wisdom for his doctor, Lord. We just ask that you look over him, Lord. We ask for the same thing for Mr. Wiggins, Lord. We just ask that medical procedure come through without a hitch, Lord. We just ask that you look over those doctors as that happens, Lord. We also want to pray for Ms. Hendricks, her cancer treatment, Lord. We just ask that you heal her body also, Lord. Lord, just please look over us as we're here tonight to do the city's business. For it's in your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Please join me in the flag. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item 1.02, approval of the minutes of the regular session of the board, October 17th, 2019.
So moved. Second.
A motion by Ms. Darby, a second by Ms. Brotherton. Please vote. Motion carries. Item 1.03, approval of the agenda for the regular session of the board for November 7th, 2019.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Smith, second by Mr. Newman. Please vote. Motion carries. At this time, we would like to ask if there are any Bossier Youth Leadership members in the audience tonight. If there are, please stand up, tell us your name and what school you're from, please. Thank you all very much for being here tonight. When we're finished with the meeting, if you'll bring your papers up, we'll get those signed for y'all. Item 2.01, recognition newly appointed administrators, presented by Mitch Downey, Superintendent.
Thank you, President Cheatham. We have two individuals we want to recognize this evening. The first is Jason Oganyemi. He's a native of Shreveport. He graduated from Caddo Magnet High. He attended Louisiana Tech University. He's the son of Dr. Fred O., as we all know. He's just recently passed, was a beloved member of our Bossier Schools family, and Jeanette Bailey Oganyemi. He credits his late father for having the foresight to recommend that he become an educator in the Bossier Parish school system. He's also married to his wife, Amy, and I'll let him introduce his family. But without further ado, the former administrative assistant, now assistant principal at Plantation Park Elementary, Jason Oganyemi.
I got my people here with me. So, thank you, Superintendent Downey, Assistant Superintendents Dr. B, Mr. Rowland, School Board representatives. I first want to acknowledge my family here, my wife, Amy, my three children, McKean, Jaleel, and Raymond. My mother and brother, who weren't able to make it tonight, but I told them, Bossier Parish being as technologically driven as we are, this will be on YouTube, so let the record show that if they are watching later that I did shout them out. Mr. Williams at Russian, Dr. Zamate, Ms. Sullivan for the experience and knowledge that they gave me over the past year. Of course, my PPE family, our fearless leader, Ms. Hilbert, Ms. Hawkins, and the rest of the PPE family that came to support me. Thank y'all so much for welcoming me back. Feels like a homecoming, but I know Ms. Hilbert almost kind of decided against it today because it was found out that I ate the rest of her lettuce for her salad today. So I have to make a Kroger run and replenish it. But I look forward to working with our team and making Plantation Park the greatest it can be. Thank y'all so much. Thank you.
The next individual is Mr. Greg Bryant. He's a product of Bossier Parish Schools, graduate of Halton High School. He's been in the system for 24 years, I believe. He has his family here with him. Mr. Greg Bryant has been named the new administrative assistant at Russian Middle School. Greg Bryant.
I'd also like to thank Mr. Downey. I taught under him, learned a lot from him while I was there. Mr. Rowland, same, I taught under him, learned a lot, observed from him, did PALs under him. Dr. Bourgeois, all the advice I've gotten from all of them. Mr. Cheatham and the whole school board, I appreciate the opportunity to start my career as an administrator at Russian Middle School. And with that being said, I'd like to thank Mr. Williams for giving me this opportunity and the rest of the staff there. It's been great working there so far. Hopefully I'm making a difference. And it wouldn't be a fitting night for me if I didn't tell Mr. Rowland, go Duke. All right, thank you. I would also, like to thank my family, especially my wife and children, Brooke and Caden, for sticking with me through an up and down coaching career and teaching career, and my in-laws, Brookie Marston, who most of you know, and Coach Marston, who most of you know, and Michael and Shauna Marston for coming as well. Sorry, I forgot them.
Would have been a tough weekend on the couch, Mr. Bryant.
Item 2.02, recognition, Bossier Parish Schools Good News, presented by Sonia Bales, Public Relations Liaison.
Good evening, Superintendent Dowdy, President Cheatham, to all of our board members and everyone here this evening. It is always busy at Bossier Schools, but particularly these past few weeks. Our students and our employees have been involved in robotics competitions, Bossier Youth Leadership, Social Services Session, Veterans Day observances, state report card celebrations, may I say, and serving our community. One example, in fact, is a Saturday morning recently in October when nearly 350 students and employees gave up the chance to sleep in, instead putting in sweat equity by lending a hand during Bossier School's 5th annual Day of Service. And Adam, if we can show that slideshow for our Day of Service. We were spread out throughout Bossier and Caddo parishes. Our employees and our students and community leaders tackled 26 community projects. And we worked in food pantries, various beautification projects, assembled snack pack kits, wrote notes of encouragement for children in foster care. We assisted our local libraries. We striped parking spaces for the Council on Aging. And I could go on and on about all the different ways that our Bossier Parish Schools family paid it forward and gave back. You know, Bossier's Day of Service has enabled charitable organizations and nonprofits to save literally thousands of dollars and in man hours and labor costs since it first began. Not only, though, does it benefit our community, but it also teaches our students and serves as an important reminder sometimes to all of us adults that it is up to us to be the change that we want to see in the world. So it was a great day for all of us to team build, to give back, and to work alongside each other. Because you know what? You can learn a lot out of textbook, but I like to say that you can certainly learn more through actions rather than words. And this was a great example of that, our Day of Service. Then last weekend, we shrugged off the cold one Saturday morning and we took a walk, all to raise awareness and to fight heart disease. Most every school and center in Bossier Parish appointed team captains who then recruited their colleagues, their families, and their friends to take part in Bossier School's Heart Walk and District Challenge. And we gauged our blood pressure, several took the opportunity to learn CPR and to get certified, and we raised more than $5,000 for the American Heart Association. And congratulations, by the way, to Legacy Elementary for sweeping all of the awards for recruiting the most team members, for raising the most money for the American Heart Association, and also logging the most blood pressure checks. And a big thanks to everyone who participated and who pledged to be Heart Smart. We had a really good time, and a special thanks to Mr. Downey and to Mr. Rowland for being our team captains and leading us there on that walk that morning. You know, it is so encouraging to see the number of students that want to make a difference. And Houghton Middle School 8th grader Hannah Addison is one of those young people with a true servant's heart and a desire to serve others. And at this time, I would like to invite Hannah to please join me at the podium. So you may have seen Hannah even on the news. She made a special delivery recently to Plantation Park Elementary after coordinating a project that she called Pages and Pages for PPE. And she asked people to donate gently used or new books for Plantation Park Elementary, and boy, did people heed her call. Your goal initially was 250 books. You want to tell everybody how many you ended up collecting?
We ended up collecting around 2,000 books.
So Plantation Park is trying to build a culture of literacy, and the PPE Prize Patrol, like the Publishers Clearinghouse Prize Patrol, is going to be making home visits this month based on positive referrals. And children are now going to be able to select a book out of the back of the PPE mobile library and be able to start their own collection at home of books. And Hannah caught the eye of area news stations as well as the Bossier Parish Police Jury. So at this time, I have a special presentation for you. I would like to ask that Bossier Parish Police Juror Jimmy Cochran, who represents District 7, join us. He has a special proclamation to make for Hannah Addison. Mr. Cochran.
I heard your TV newscast on there. It was very inspiring to me and everyone on the jury. So yesterday, I made a resolution to recognize you yesterday, today, to your name, from the Bossier Parish Police Jury, and thank you for what you've done. I would just like to know one thing. Believe it or not, I'm an ex-Plantation Park student. Oh, what made you decide to give my school?
They're not interested in reading anymore. They don't have the opportunity to, and I figured why not do something good, because I always have books at home that I end up donating somewhere because I love to read, and I figured why not give something.
Very sweet. My stepdaughters, Jasmine, Ball, and Jade, they read a lot. I don't know if the police jury, since we took over the water in the Houghton area and stuff, it has something to do with it, but you girls have really impressed me for the thing y'all have done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Cochran, we think it might be in the water. Is that what you're saying in Houghton?
And the teachers.
And the teachers, absolutely. We have the absolute best anywhere. Thank you so much to Mr. Cochran, Bossier Parish Police Jury, for that proclamation. You know, Bossier Schools also commends you for wanting to serve others and for truly setting the example of kindness and compassion. And tonight we have with us some other guests. We have Donette Kirkgee, Leslie Vollmer, and Jessica Wimberly from Caldwell Banker Gosley. I'd like to ask for them to come forward. So Caldwell Banker Gosley sponsors what we call the Award of Excellence. And this is given to very special individuals, whether they be students or employees at Bossier Schools who go above and beyond. And I think that that certainly describes you. So I'm going to let them make this presentation to you. This is a commemorative medallion, the Award of Excellence, that they would like to be able to give you to be able to remember. Pages and Pages for PPE. Congratulations. It's a Houghton thing, huh? Well, thank you so much for being here tonight, and we are so proud of you. And thank you for wanting to serve others and give back to Plantation Park Elementary. I know they especially thank you, too. So, ladies and gentlemen, Hannah Addison. So, a question for you. How will you change the world? It's a big question. It's sometimes hard to answer. But that's what two other young ladies with servants' hearts want to ask you. Brianna Cooley and Sierra Patton are from Parkway High School, and I would like to ask them now to please come forward to the podium and join me. They are asking you to be part of a worldwide movement happening in our military communities. And of course, we are so very proud to have Barksdale Air Force Base as part of our community here. They are asking for you to participate one card and one letter at a time. So they are going to tell you a little bit about what they are asking, 1 million acts of kindness that they are hoping to make come true. So ladies, I'm going to turn the mic over to you.
Hi, we are Brianna and Sierra, and we are excited to be invited here tonight. Thank you.
Mr. Adam Bass, thank you for seeing the potential and helping us make this huge goal become a little more within reach. So we are here to talk about #GivingTuesdayMilitary and one of the projects in the Northwest Louisiana area, holiday cards for Air Force basic training.
2 years ago today, my brother left for basic training. My sister had just left for college, and my dad moved here to Barksdale Air Force Base. Me and my mom had to sell our house and move into a hotel so I could finish my 7th grade semester in Montgomery, Alabama. I knew I was having a hard time, but what about my brother who had to spend Thanksgiving and Christmas away from home in basic training?
Brianna and I are both military kids. We are also ambitious students who are always looking for ways to help others, especially our military families. We just spent our early fall working on flower parties as a part of our role in leadership in Parkway Student Council. We love the time of hanging out with friends and working on projects. We decided a great easy project to do with friends was needed, and by that afternoon we had decided that making holiday and thank you cards for the trainees in San Antonio who are not much older than us would be a fun project and an easy way to put smiles on their faces.
These airmen have just committed to serve our great country. The least we can do is bring them a smile while they are down, lonely, and missing their families. When we reached out to the command, we were surprised by the quick and excited response. Although Chief was a little concerned, we would meet our goal of 6,500 holiday cards. That would be one card for each airman in basic training over the Christmas holiday.
We need the help of our community. We think this project will open many discussions on service, dedication, and patriotism in our classrooms. We have several communities around the world helping us. Through our networks with the Military Spouse of the Year, Giving Tuesday, and the Warrior Network, we have families in 3 countries, 5 states, and 4 schools and school systems helping us with this project.
None has the numbers and influence of the population right here in this room and this parish. Can we count on you?
Thank you for the calls you have made, the emails to our district leadership, and allowing us to speak to you tonight. Thank you.
We also have flyers for the board members.
We have some board member comments. Mr. Bass?
Yes, I was able to actually visit the Warrior Network today. It's on Viking Drive, 4000 Viking Drive. At the Warrior Network, if you'd like to stop by, they have these wonderfully colored markers and also sheets to do your cards with if you'd like to send those to the airmen, the 6,500. So I brought some of those. As a board member, I'm going to do one tonight. I invite the rest of the board to possibly make some thank you cards to those serving during the holidays also. So thank you, ladies, for bringing this to our attention, and I can't say thank you enough to those serving our great nation. So thank you very much.
Ladies, you're welcome to distribute those flyers if you want to leave them on the table on the way outside so people can grab those on their way out. We thank you so much for wanting to support our soldiers, and you certainly understand, approximately 10% of our student enrollment is comprised of military-connected families. So we certainly have a heart for all of our troops, all of those serving, and 6,500, that's certainly doable. I think that we can certainly not only meet that goal, but to surpass it. And anyone can participate, as Brianna and Sierra were just saying. You can send cards and letters via the green box if you work for Bossier Schools to the desk in care of our military affairs manager, Georgette Price, or you can drop them off at Bossier Educational Services Center, which is located at 2900 Douglas Drive. We are next to the Family Care Clinic and across from the nursing home. We're the long metal nondescript building that you can find. But drop them off. We're asking that they all be turned in by December 4th, and let's help them achieve 1 million acts of kindness and support our troops. Ladies, thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to serve. Thank you. Awesome job. So these ladies are from Parkway, and speaking of Parkway, we want to take the opportunity to congratulate wrestling coach Emmett Beggs for a huge honor. He has been selected as the National Federation of State High School Associations 2018-19 State Coach of the Year in wrestling. Coach Beggs? You may remember Parkway had an outstanding year last year. Coach Beggs led his wrestling team to a second consecutive state title, and he was named the 2017-18 Louisiana Coach of the Year. So now fast forward, and the Louisiana High School Coaches Association Executive Council and members of the Louisiana High School Athletic Association got together, and they chose Coach Beggs for the 2018-19 State Coach of the Year honor. So that is huge, and now Coach Beggs is going to represent not only Bossier Parish, but the state of Louisiana as he advances to the national level of this competition. So we are certainly very excited for you and proud to call you one of our own and on our team. And not only do we wish him luck, but we also want to recognize him for his excellence in his sport and commend him also with this Award of Excellence. So if you will help me congratulate Coach Beggs. Congratulations. And now from Sobo to Nobo. We're also celebrating Airline High School Athletic Director Ronnie Coker for a big accomplishment. Coach Coker, if you'll please join me now. Ronnie Coker also turning heads both on and off the field. He recently learned that he is Louisiana's nominee for the 2020 National High School Athletic Directors Association, Athletics Coaches Association, all these acronyms, Athletic Director of the Year Award. So this is huge. Coach Coker was nominated by the LHSAA along with his colleagues from around the state and also here at Bossier Schools. I know Mr. Rowland was one of the people who also nominated you overwhelmingly, gave you the 2 thumbs up. And this comes on the heels, by the way, of him being inducted earlier this year into the 2019 Louisiana Baseball Coaches Association Hall of Fame and recognized for his lifetime of achievement. So this is just kind of the cherry on top, I think, icing on the cake. And he now advances to the national level of competition for the 2020 Athletic Director of the Year. So if you will, help me congratulate Coach Coker. I'm not going to try to put this on you, so also an award of excellence on our behalf from Bossier Schools. Congratulations, and we're cheering you and Coach Beggs on at the national level.
Hey, Sonia, I just had one correction.
Sorry?
You said from Sobo to Nobo, but actually he started out in Sobo.
And he got out. Sorry.
He advanced.
I'm going to leave that one right there. Well, finally this evening, if you have ever visited Princeton Elementary, at least in the last 20 years, you were no doubt greeted by someone with such a genuine, sweet smile and someone whose inner light just shines bright. Vanessa Bradshaw is the heart of Princeton Elementary. In fact, her colleagues will tell you that she is an institution. She is Princeton Elementary. She has been the school secretary there for 20 years. And not only is she an institution there at her school and on campus, but also in the Princeton community and surrounding area. Her mantra is to be a shining light to whoever walks through the front door, and that means being kind, generous, and helpful. And you can see why Mrs. Bradshaw makes a lasting impression. Teacher Rachel Holtzclaw wrote, "Even with parents and students trying to get registered, her genuine and warm smile made this very nervous and new teacher to not only this school but the parish feel welcome. Since that day, I have learned that this selfless woman keeps that warm smile on her face every day, no matter what that day may bring." And you know, if you didn't already know it, school secretaries are the glue that keep everything together. And they are oftentimes the first introduction to Bossier schools that a new student, a family, or a teacher has, making the role that they serve especially invaluable. Assistant Principal Jamie East recognizes the gift that Mrs. Bradshaw possesses to lift up others, saying she is the shining light that greets our visitors, staff, and students with a bright smile every day. With her at the helm, all documents are turned in on time and completed to a T. Need someone to speak life into during a bad day? Mrs. Bradshaw is the one to go to. Need a shoulder to cry on? She is always there to convey wisdom and empathy. Mrs. Bradshaw shines bright every day, and she is definitely Princeton's gold star. Well, not only is she Princeton's gold star, but she is the gold star for all of Bossier Parish. So if you will, please help me congratulate and welcome Bossier School's gold star winner for the month of October, Miss Vanessa Bradshaw. I'm going to ask Jill Valentine from Bossier Federal Credit Union to come forward. She represents Bossier Federal, and they are the sponsor of our Gold Star Award. Congratulations. And I think you wanted to say a couple of words?
I just want to thank my Princeton family. I work with a wonderful group of people, and I couldn't do my job without them. So thank each and every one of you. And thank you for my family for coming out and helping me celebrate tonight. I love you all. Thank you.
Well, before you go, yeah, we have to take pictures, but we also want to award you an award of excellence. Yeah, I don't want to mess up your hair, but there you go. Congratulations. You're truly a gem. And we are so proud that you're a part of Bossier Schools and hope that you'll continue for 20 more.
I'm sorry, but
yeah, but no. Well, congratulations again.
thank you.
We appreciate you, and thank you again to Bossier Federal Credit Union. And Mr. President, that concludes my report.
Thank you, Ms. Bales. Item 3.01, request approval of trip requests.
These are in order, Mr. President.
Thank you, sir.
So moved.
I have a motion by Mr. Bullard,
Second.
second by Mr. Newman.
And they're gone.
Please vote. Motion carries. Item 4.01, announcements and superintendent's comments.
Thank you, President Cheatham. All of these three meetings I'm about to list are all here at the DIC. Building and Grounds Committee meeting, 5 p.m., November 12th. Finance Committee meeting, 5 p.m., and a Town Hall meeting at 6 p.m. on November 19th. The previously scheduled Town Hall meeting for the 14th has been moved to the 19th of November. And the next regular session of the board will meet 6 p.m., November 21st. Concludes my announcement.
Thank you, sir. Item 5.01, adjournment of the regular session of the board.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Slack, second by Mr. Bullard. Please vote. Motion carries, meeting adjourned.
Good job.